She ain't want nothing to know. Talking about the situation in Texas, how it's bad.
All that cold, no energy for the heat.
No energy, no water or gas.
Yeah,
They turn out people water too.
yeah. They're
That's fucked.
rolling something. They call it
That's
rolling
really fucked
blackout.
up.
Yeah, when the power grid that they have is outdated, and that's what they make it sound like. I just got finished watching it.
Yep. Well, that's what I've heard. Okay, so basically, they
Hold
got
on
the
one
same
second.
message that
Somebody's
I got.
calling. Hold on. Hold on.
Okay.
Hello.
Hello, my name's Karama Hawkins. I run the Federal Way Public Defender's
Hey.
Office.
How you
Calling
doing?
for. I'm doing okay, sir. How are you today?
Okay.
Very good.
I have somebody
Yeah.
on the other line, but
I got in touch with you regarding Miss Ritchie.
yes, and
Go ahead.
so I put my notice of appearance in before, and I finally got it to where it's that they filed it. I filed
Okay.
it on the 12th, and so like I said yesterday, I went to court, and that's when I found out I didn't have my notice of appearance.
Mhm.
So anyway, that's when I found out about you guys,
Yes.
and I found that you've been on her case for like since 2017.
No, we were just assigned to her case
Okay.
last week. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So, how much do you know about Muslim law?
I do not know about that.
Okay, hold on.
Yes.
So, let me see. Trying to get this person on. Are you there, Tyana?
Mhm.
Oh, okay. This is what's your name, Miss Hawkins?
Karama Hawkins.
Kalama Hawkins. This is Tyana. Tyana is my assistant right now,
Okay.
and we all concerned about Pauline Ritchie or Light Tajiri Bey. Do you know as Light Tajiri Bey?
I'm sorry, say that again?
Do you know Pauline Ritchie as Empress Light Tajiri Bey?
No. Well, I know of Miss Pauline Ritchie. I was not aware of any other
Okay.
associated names. Yeah.
Okay. Well, she's a noble. She's an empress. That's why I'm making my appearance. That's why I asked you, do you know about Muslim law? And you said pretty much you don't, right?
That is correct.
Okay. Well, that's why I'm here. You need to know Muslim law. You should be knowing Muslim law because your job you have comes from Muslim law.
Okay.
The United States of America, the Republic form of government is Muslim. It's Moorish Americans that rule over this land, or the Empire of Morocco. That's who you have and locked up. You represent.
Okay.
She's an empress. Okay.
All right.
So do you know about the Moorish American Treaty of Peace and Friendship, or I should say the Iroquois Moorish American Treaty of Peace and Friendship? 1787.
No, I don't. I'm writing this down.
Well, would
you say that again? Yeah.
This is called, in short, the Moorish American Treaty of Peace and Friendship of 1787.
Okay. 1787.
Yeah, I put it on the file. You should see all my documents on the file now.
They don't give me access to everything that's in the court file. So if you filed documentation with the court, they keep their file separate. I don't have access to that. I have to request that separately, and I'm happy to do that if you're okay with that.
Oh yeah, we need to work together. I don't mean to cut you off, but we have to get her. You can't have her.
So
listen, my case is about the United States government is human trafficking Moorish Americans and killing them for sport. I'm a specialist in law. I'm a private U.S. Attorney General for the United States of America of Morocco. The United States of America is a business. It's not the land. Okay?
Okay.
So I know you're a lawyer and good stuff, but you don't know Muslim law. And when the Empress is talking, she's not going to talk from the facts of statutes and codes, which is criminal. It's treasonous. Okay? Outside the law. And she's being held with statutes and codes. Criminal.
Yeah.
Can't do that. Okay?
Okay.
And I know you know better. I got case law on your stuff. I know all your law. I was trained by the top 2 presiding judges in 1987. Personally. I know your law. And then I know our law. Have you ever heard of the supreme law of the land?
The Constitution.
Oh, really?
No, that's what we're taught in law school.
You've been lied to. It's not even valid. It's not any good. The supreme law of the land is the Iroquois Articles of Confederation, Iroquois Constitution, and the Iroquois Moorish American Treaty of Peace and Friendship. And we were at war with the 13 colonies. We defeated the 13 colonies, took the 13 colonies and turned it into the United States of America. We sent the king packing. Everything you've been told in history and college and stuff like that is a lie. They told you a lie because you were born rich as hell. George Washington, see, when the war was over, the treaty is an armistice where the 13 colonies surrendered to the Iroquois Confederation, and that's who we represent. That's who we are. We're the indigenous people, the Indians, they call us, but we're Moors. Have you ever heard of Moors?
Yes, sir.
Well, that's who Empress Light is. That's who I am. That's who Tyana is. So if you don't know Muslim law, you're going to do a disservice to her. She'll sound crazy to you when she talks, but she's not. Because you've been lied to. So everything I say, I would have to teach you to understand it, because you can't understand it. Because the Republican form of government was owned by what you call black people, but we're not black, we're Moors. Only indigenous people can live on this land. Okay?
Okay.
Are you indigenous?
Yes, actually.
Okay. Who's your people?
My father is what you would call a so-called black man, with also Native ancestry.
Okay.
My mother is Caucasian.
Oh. Okay. Well, believe it or not, your birthright is within the Iroquois Articles of Confederation, the Iroquois Constitution, and Iroquois Moorish American Treaty of Peace and Friendship. Your bloodline.
I'm actually looking this up right now as we're speaking. So just so you know, I'm not ignoring you. I'm looking this up.
You can look it up, but it won't make sense to you. Somebody would have to break it down to you. I'm a specialist at it.
Okay.
And so
I'm open.
Okay. That treaty you're looking at is what's a good time I could sit down and talk with you? I'm laying down now. Can I meet you in person?
I probably could meet you in my office.
Okay.
I'm doing a lot of telecommuting because of COVID, so I only open my office by appointment.
Well, we can do it over the phone. Zoom.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Let me see. My schedule's pretty full right now. Let me get my calendar out because I'm happy to speak with you. I'm happy to speak with you about all this, and I will tell you that, you know, this is not the first time. I mean, I don't know about Moorish law, but this is not the first time that I've had people indicate that, you know, they are representing themselves and do not want my assistance because, you know, of their status as being so.
You're a traitor.
Sorry?
You're a traitor.
I'm a traitor?
That's what the bar is. The bar, not you personally. When you became a bar member, you became British. You became a subject of the crown. And when you became a subject of the crown, you relinquished your birthrights here. And you became a traitor. And we are not British. So you use British law on this land. This land can only be utilized by indigenous people. The statutes and codes you use, and ordinances and stuff like that, that's not law. It's contrary to the supreme law of the land. The supreme law of the land is what I just illustrated to you. And those documents are the documents to the promised land. Okay, and when you look at the Iroquois Constitution, it is. I'll probably have to send it to you, proper one, because there's a few of them. And it would show you that we own over 1 million miles square. From coast to coast is 3,000 miles. Okay, only indigenous people can live within that over 1 million miles square. And when the treaty was signed, when they surrendered to the indigenous people that they were at war with, they don't tell you that. They knew that they couldn't live here or have a job here. Only thing they can do here is commerce. That's what the treaty is about. This treaty gets signed every 50 years. Look at Article 16 of the treaty. Also, it's a court order. It's self-executable. I don't need to go to court for anything. That's why I'm talking to you. This is your birthright. It was left here for you. If your father is a so-called black man, he's a Moor, and you have Moorish blood in you, you're like an empress. Okay? You are an empress in our world. And that's your birthright to control your dominions all over the world. But what happened with our Republican form of government, and George Washington, you heard of the George Washington chopping down the cherry tree?
Yeah. Okay,
well, the cherry tree is the Republican form of government flag. You see the Moorish Americans flag with the 5-pointed star in the middle? Well, that goes on top of the White House. Did you know that? Yeah. George Washington, the people, the ancestors, that's the flag they saw. George Washington took it down. You heard of the Continental Congress, right?
Oh, yes.
Well, that's the Continental Congress's flag. The 50 or the 13 or the Confederate flag with the 13 stars. Oh, that belongs to the Moors. We defeated the 13 colonies. That's our flag. You see these Confederates, these people calling themselves Confederates and stuff, or these Europeans. That's not the flag. Everything we did, they claimed it.
They appropriated it.
Yeah. This is our land.
Honestly, that's not shocking, but
yeah, I know.
I didn't know that.
Yes, that's why you can't represent Empress Light Tajiri Bey, because you don't know Muslim law. You don't know this. You don't know the real supreme law of the land. Everybody, this treaty was left here between the Moors, United States citizens who can't live here and have a job here, and the Christian powers. So let me show you what I mean real quick. Tyana might want to take you through it, but I'll do it. Article 21 of the treaty. Can you pull that up real quick?
Let me look it up here. Oh, I actually went on to a different link, so give me one moment.
No problem. I'm glad to be able to speak with you. So cool. Man. Look, you need to see my paperwork before you can really understand what I entered. It's about high treason and war crimes. Every lawyer and judge, from the president on, are war criminals. Only so-called black people can sit as presidents. The treaty does not allow for any Europeans to live here, have a job here, or be doctors or anything. They can only do commerce. The treaty is only about commerce. George Washington hid the commerce and took it all for himself. We own the 7 seas. We own the trade routes. And let me know when you get to Article 21 of the treaty.
I'm here.
Okay. This is how you have to represent Empress Light Tajiri Bey. Read it, please, and I'll break it down.
If any citizen of the United States should kill or wound.
Did it say any?
Oh, I apologize. I thought you were talking to me.
Yeah, I am. Go ahead.
Do you want me to read it?
Yes, Ms. Hawkins.
Okay. Article 21, correct?
Yeah.
If any citizen of the United States should kill or wound a Moor, or on the contrary, if a Moor shall kill or wound a citizen of the United States, the law of the country shall take place and equal justice shall be rendered, the consul assisting at the trial, and if any delinquent shall make his escape, the consul shall not be answerable for him in any manner whatever.
I'm counsel. This, as you can see, it talks about the country, the law of the country, right? This is not the statutes and codes, your court rule books and stuff like that. That's not the law of the country. Look at Article 14 of the treaty, please.
Okay, yes.
This is what it's about. This is the commerce, right? Read it aloud.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Read it
commerce.
aloud. Go ahead.
The commerce with the United States shall be on the same footing as in the commerce with Spain, or as that.
Spain. You know, you wouldn't know about,
right.
Okay.
No, I do know. I know about that. Yes.
Okay, cool.
They were. Yeah, Spain was actually ruled by the Moors. I am aware of that. With the most.
Go ahead.
Well, not just Spain, but I am aware of.
Okay, but go ahead. We'll just keep it simple. Go ahead.
Or as that with the most favored nation, for the time being, and their citizens shall be respected and esteemed, and have full liberty to pass and repass our country and seaports whenever they please without interruption.
Okay. Well, that's all Europeans can do on our land. They can only do commerce here. They can't live here, have a job here. They can only pass and repass our country and seaports. That's all they can do here. Once they finish doing commerce, they have to leave. Period. That's why you can't represent Empress Light, because you don't understand that the people that gave you the job can't have jobs here. When you look at a European, they can't live here, have a job here. But as you can see, the treaties get signed every 50 years. I think you saw that, right? Maybe not?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, most Europeans don't know about their birthright to be able to do commerce. George Washington, when he overthrew us, he enslaved the Moors and the Europeans, turned everybody into slaves, and took the bag. This is what my case is about, part of it. And when you're talking about reparations, most people don't even know law or how to get reparations or anything. It's sad. And so they've been guided by these people who are the scallywags and the carpetbaggers. See? So what you're looking at is the supreme law of the land. And no European, like I say, can have a job here, live here, teach, be a doctor for nothing. My job is to enforce this. Your job is to enforce this. That's why, see, there's no such thing as the law-abiding citizen. I've never seen one. They all they have to be deported. See, you see, these are like the court rule book you got, right?
Mhm.
That court rule book is the book of the devil, book of apartheid, the book of Babylon, book of Shaitan. It's the book of the slave master. See? These are the Jim Crow codes, the modernized looking. That law dictionary you got is the book of spells. It's all British. We're not British. That's why you're a traitor. That's why Moors can't use lawyers. Lawyers are foreign occupiers. Okay?
Okay.
You actually work for the Pope of Rome, but you might not know it since you work. See, the Iroquois were ruled by women. Our culture was ruled by women. The Pope and everything you're doing right now is the holy wars. The holy wars never ended. It's been us against them. That's all it's been all the time. And since they got these smart bombs and stuff, they think they're close to getting rid of all people around the world. See? So so in the body of on the top of the treaty, I want you to read that so you can begin to understand what the treaty is. It's a document of war. It's an armistice.
Which part?
I don't have it in front of me. It says, to all persons to whom these presents shall come or be made known, right? I don't know which one you have, but the second treaty that was signed is from 1836. It will show you that the first president was not George Washington. It'll talk about the president in there.
I think wasn't there several presidents before Washington?
Exactly.
And I think they were black too, so-called black.
We're Moors. We were Moors.
Moors.
We were Indians.
Well.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
We don't. Like, when I was coming up, you called me black. Those were fighting words. You don't call nobody black like in my time. I'm 66 years old. I have over 33 years of law on me, of your law. I do trials. I do briefs, appellate briefs. I do all that crap, but it's all garbage. See? It's made up by the Illuminati. That's who you work for. All these secret organizations, the Masons, Skull and Bones, it's all in. These are the people that's blocking the natives or the indigenous people from protecting their dominions all over the world, or ruling over their dominions all over the world. See? So my job is to remove all judges and lawyers of the democratic government, which is the Illuminati, human trafficking gang, robbers, pillagers, nothing but war criminals. But we were born into this war. It looks normal. If you knew better, you would never attend school because you can't go to school here. Everything around you is a monopoly, so you can't see the truth. I know the truth. I'm not stuck in that Wizard of Oz life. I live in the Republican form of government, and everything I see is nothing but treason. Nothing but treason, high treason, and so on. The people that's in Congress, the Europeans in there, talking about they took an oath to the Constitution. They can't take no oath. The Constitution is void. Watch this. Do you know what the criteria is for being the president?
I think you have to be 35 and a citizen.
Okay, what does it say about a citizen in Article 14? Does it say you could be a president?
In Article 14 of the treaty?
Yes, ma'am. What does it say a citizen can do? They can only do commerce here. That's all the treaty.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Yeah. George Washington hid the treaty, chopped down the cherry tree, hid everything about us, started calling us black, niggers, and Negro, and everything else, started killing us because we're Muslim and Muslim, and we're the Indians. And then you can see where he, in 1893 or so, they put out the Fugitive Slave Act. Okay?
Yes.
They turned us into slaves. We're the rulers of the world. And the women are the rulers of the world, not the men. The men are the kings, the warriors. See, so George Washington could never be a president. So he hid everything that I'm telling you about the Iroquois, took down the cherry tree, which is our flag, goes on top. It's really the Empire of Morocco, the Continental Congress, which is all our laws, international law. There's not no statutes and codes for 50 states. Period. We rule the world. That's why you can't represent Empress Light, because you're just now finding out that the people that consider themselves lawyers and judges are British. They're traitors, and that's why I'm telling you, you're a traitor. It's not that you did. It's not that you you are one personally because you didn't know, but when you find out, you can see what I'm talking about. Everything that George Washington created is a fraud, and my job is to put my flag back and take back our empire. And you're an empress, so everything that the lawyers are doing are actually fighting against your womb, your offspring, and you work for the Pope and the Queen. That's who's running things. The Illuminati, the fake Jews. When you follow the money, see, this is a federal criminal investigation, and when I had to follow the money, see, these lawyers trained me, sent me to prison for 10 years, but I'm a master at law. But they thought I was a regular dude, but I was trained by the best. My mother. Yeah, you can't beat her. Okay.
I hear you.
She was an Eastern Star. My grandfather was a Mason. My grandmother was an Eastern Star. You know what those are?
Yes, I do know a little bit about that. Yeah, just a little. Yeah.
Little is enough.
My auntie.
I'm just saying.
Yeah.
I know things that most people won't know. I'm a specialist. I'm indigenous to this land. Only indigenous people can live here. That's what the treaty's saying. But you got Europeans living here, ruling over us. They have to go. I'm sorry. We have our mother over the treaty. She's already heard the case. The treaty is a court order. Let's read that real quick, and then we can go to court and tell you don't, because see, this is a court order, and you can't go to court.
Which article are you looking at?
It's the beginning, the body of it says to all persons to whom these presents shall come or be made known, right? Very top.
Oh yes, sir.
Okay, read that.
Which one? To all persons to whom these presents shall come or be made known, whereas the United States of America in Congress, assembled by their commission, bearing date the 12th day of May 1784, thought proper to constitute John Adams, Benjamin Franklin, and Thomas Jefferson, their ministers plenipotentiary, giving to them or a majority of them full powers to confer, treat, and negotiate with the ambassador, minister, or commissioner of His Majesty the Emperor of Morocco concerning a treaty of amity and commerce, to make and receive propositions for such treaty and to conclude and sign the same, transmitting to the United States in Congress assembled for their final ratification. And by one other commission bearing date the 11th day of March 1785 did further empower the said ministers plenipotentiary or majority of them. Did further empower the said ministers plenipotentiary or a majority of them by writing under the hands and seals to appoint such agent in the said business as they might think proper, with authority under the directions and instruction of the said ministers to commence and prosecute the said negotiations and conferences for the said treaty, provided that the said treaty should...
Go ahead.
Sorry?
I'm prosecuting. Go ahead.
Gotcha. Okay. That the said treaty should be signed by ministers. And whereas we, the said John Adams and Thomas Jefferson, two of the said ministers plenipotentiary, the said Benjamin Franklin being absent, by writing under the hand and seal of the said John Adams at London, October 5th, 1785, and of the said Thomas Jefferson at Paris, October the 11th of the same year, did appoint Thomas Barclay, agent in the business aforesaid, giving him the powers therein, which by the said second commission we were authorized go give, and the said Thomas Barclay in pursuance thereof, Bath arranged, maybe, should it say hath arranged,
yes,
articles?
Yes.
For a treaty of amity and commerce between the United States of America and His Majesty the Emperor of Morocco, and sealed with his royal seal, being translated into the language of said United States of America, together with the attestations thereto annexed, are in the following words. To wit.
Now, this is what's up. This is where it's going to show you the court order. Okay, read it.
Okay. In the name of Almighty God, this is a treaty of peace and friendship established between us and the United States of America, which is confirmed and which we have ordered to be written in the book and sealed with our royal seal at our court of Morocco in the 25th day of the blessed month of Shaban, in the year 1200, trusting in God it will remain permanent.
Okay. This treaty, you see where it says it was ordered to be put in there? It's a court order. It don't look like the court orders you have today.
Yeah.
Okay. But it was ruled upon in our court. There's only one court on this land, and it's Muslim law. It's ruled by the Moors. Any court you go to, you're supposed to have that Moroccan flag in it. But every time you attend the court, it's not there. Those 50
No, it's just the U.S. It's just the U.S. flag, and then the state flag that you're in. Yeah.
It's a banner.
Banner.
Spangled banner. That's what it is.
Okay.
The flag is the Republican form of government, Al Moroccan, the Moorish American flag. That's the Republican form of government flag. When you say, I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands. Talking about talking about the nobles. Me. You. Empress Light. Tyana. All the people you call black, your father. We get killed because we're the landowners. We're the true landlords. Not those people you see on TV calling themselves Indians, being chased by the white boys or the Europeans. We're the natives, the Indians. They won't put us on TV. They have to keep all this confusion so that even when they kill. See, look, our people call ourselves black because we were killed by the people that befriended us, and they killed so many of us that our people don't know who they are. My job is to show them I'm an elder. I'm responsible. I will not let our children be left with the Europeans killing us on our land. These are the foreigners. If I went over to England and set up shop, talk about, yeah, I'm a judge, I'm this and that, and I rule over this queen, don't you think I'd get killed? You can't go to nobody else's land and start talking about them ruling stuff. Well, that's what the Europeans did over here. They were first they lost, and then George Washington overthrew it. My job is to put the flag back in. Your job, since I see you're noble, you got that nobility blood in you, you're obligated. You can't use statutes and codes. You can't use that scallywag court rule book and law dictionary. You cannot use it here on this land. You look at my paperwork, you'll see I'm charging you with high treason and war crimes. All lawyers and judges. It's addressed to Joe Biden. Joseph Robinette Biden Jr. It's all bad. This is a court order. I don't need to go to court to get a court order to get this order signed. It's self-executable. Every court in the land is a war criminal court left here by the crown after like 1861 and stuff. Our country's been invaded by a few people. But we're standing our ground now. We cannot leave our warriors and empresses on the battlefield. That's my job. I'm here to get Empress Light. You cannot go to court talking about Your Honor. She got a failure to appear, and I don't know no code to beat that code. So you can have her. No. You won't use no statutes and codes for failures to appear to hold Empress Light. So what we need to do is address the issue with the court today or whenever and say, Your Honor, we have a court order here. Because you can see it for yourself. It's a treaty. It's the supreme law of the land. Let me show you what I mean. To go to the U.S. Constitution, Article 6, because like I showed you, the president can't be a president because he's a citizen. You know what a bait and switch is, right?
Yes, I do.
Well, it was switched. They advertise one thing and give you another. Okay, well, George is advertising he's the president, but he gave you some other
I
stuff.
guess welcome to America, right?
Huh?
I was going to say, I guess welcome to America, right? The bait and switch.
Morocco.
Let me just look this up here.
Okay. Well, I know a lot.
You said Article 6?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go to the first one, first paragraph.
All debts contracted and engagements entered into before the adoption of this Constitution shall be as valid against the United States under this Constitution as under the Confederation.
That's right, the Iroquois Confederation. That's what we're talking about. The so-called black people they owe. It's all bad. Mm. Now go to Article 2. I mean, paragraph 2.
This Constitution and the laws of the United States which shall be made in pursuance thereof, and all treaties made, or which shall be made under...
Go ahead.
Sorry?
We're talking about treaties now. See, because most people can't read...
and all treaties made.
Okay, go ahead.
Mm-hmm.
They can't read the Constitution without the treaty. But they'll never see the treaty, so they think that's the supreme law of the land. That's what you told me too. But continue.
Or which shall be made under the authority of the United States shall be the supreme law of the land. And the judges in every state shall be bound thereby, anything in the Constitution or laws of any state to the contrary notwithstanding.
The last part of notwithstanding?
Yeah.
Hold on a second. Yeah, the last part of notwithstanding, contrary notwithstanding, that means, you know what that means? You went to law school. What does it mean?
So, I'm sorry, I'm getting a little bit of echo. Would you say that again?
I was saying, see that last part?
It's probably my headset.
No, it's probably I had you on speaker. Is that better?
Yes, it is. Thank you.
Yeah. The contrary notwithstanding, it means that you can't use nothing else. Can't use statutes and codes written by lawyers and judges.
Constitution and all treaties.
Mm-hmm. Judges are bound.
Shall be the supreme law of the land.
The treaty is
in every state.
That's right.
And anything in this Constitution or any state of the contrary notwithstanding.
That's
I get
right.
it.
They can't use.
I get it.
Yeah, but now I'm gonna show you how to really get it. Judges are bound to the mores. Judges are bound to that court order I just had you read. Judges are bound to know that Europeans can't live here or have a job here. They're bound to protect that treaty at all costs, Republican form of government. But they human traffic our people and kill them for sport. All the houses on this land are being confiscated by me. Everything on it is being confiscated by me. I'm a king. My name is King Abdul Mumin. I'm here to take back my ancestors' legacy. Are you there?
I'm here. I'm listening. I'm listening very
right.
intently. Yes, sir.
Okay. Now let's go to. So now you can see that the bar, who writes statutes and codes and all this crap, is a war criminal gang. They don't have no business representing anything on our land.
Well, does the bar do the laws or does the legislature do the law? I mean, I think the legislature does the law, right?
Here's where you're confused. Everything after the treaty, 1787, anything after that is void. There can't be no president, can't be no United States Supreme Court, can't be no state of Washington court, because you use statutes and codes. You wrote those. Your lawyers and judges write that. Look at Article 6, Paragraph 3.
The senators and representatives before mentioned and the members of the several state legislatures and all executive and judicial officers, both of the United States and of the several states, shall be bound by oath or affirmation to support this Constitution. But no
problem.
But no religious test shall ever be required as a qualification to any office or public trust under the United States.
All right. So all public officials, judicial officers are bound to that treaty. But you don't know that because you've been cheated out your birthright. All American citizens were born rich. They can't go to school here, but they were born rich as hell. See? So George Washington created this fake constitution, which is not ours. Ours is the Iroquois Constitution. All Europeans' constitution is the Iroquois Constitution. There are no constitutional rights. There are only treaty rights on this land. Period. Okay? And George Washington wrote a letter to the Emperor Sidi Mohammed, and everybody's talking about the George Washington letter, this and that, and like the Constitution is all valid. He wrote the Emperor, and 2 months before the George Washington letter got to the Emperor died. We never seen the Constitution, and if the Emperor would have read it, he would have seen like, oh, who's this guy trying to be a president? He's a citizen. He can't live here. What kind of trick is this? I'm a reader, miss. I'm a master. You would have sent that crap to me, I'd have like, go cut his head off. For real. See, in our time, we held court at wherever we stood. We held court. We chopped your head off right there. There wasn't no go to court and get it set it up with some Europeans and let them decide for you who can't live here and have a job here. See, this is everything you're doing, Miss. You've been tricked out of your wealth by every president that's ever been. And my job is to expunge every president's record that's been since George Washington to Joe Biden right now. If I could go back right now and get George Washington, I'll chop his head off. And if I could get to all the rest of them right now, I'll chop their heads off. Because they know what they're doing to the world. They know. If I know they know. Just like you didn't know that this is your birthright. This is a will left here for you to be rich. George Washington took everything, enslaved the Moors and the Europeans. And then every president thereafter has enslaved everybody and kept the bag. And just like it's still going like that today. And then they be on there parading with their fake media that gives them the whole shebang of glitz glamoring and everything else to build up this house to make it look so good, like it's so factual. Oh, this is the supreme law of the land, and our founding fathers and framers and this and that. They didn't found anything. Every time I hear that, I get so pissed. Okay, it's a lot to me, Miss. I'm a specialist. I'm a master. Okay, so I'm here to get Empress Light. You have a court order. Look at Article 16 of the treaty, please. You can't have you cannot be a lawyer on this land. Lawyers are forbidden on this empire. Only Muslim law can be here.
Okay.
You've been tricked out of your life, your freedom, your liberty. Instead of you going to school for 12 years to hunt for a job to get this chump change, you were born wealthy. That's what I'm coming to get. When they're talking about reparations and stuff, most people don't know what reparations are, how to get it. They're dumb. They've been trained to be dumb. They trained you to be dumb. Here you are fighting against your own birthrights, working for somebody like the Pope and the Queen. They over there on the other land, set up a bar over here and got people clamoring to get, they made everybody so poor, talking about go to school for 12 years. We got a carrot on the stick for you. And when you finish with that 12 years, you could get a job. Then you could get some money. What kind of trick is that? That's the worst. Ooh, con, old girl. You don't know it like I know it.
If you only knew about my debt. I'm not even playing, so
your debt, it's already, every time you sign anything, Miss, your signature is your bond. Everything is paid for. As soon as you sign any debt instrument, they turn it into a promissory note and cash it instantly through the automatic clearinghouse. You familiar with that? ACH?
No, I've never. Nope.
Well, I buy and sell money, deeds of trust, mortgages.
ACH.
Yeah, automated clearinghouse. Do you have that in your office?
No.
Oh, girl, if you had an ACH, let me tell you what ACH is. Don't get me. See, I'm into money. ACH is they call it. You see how they do digital? As soon as you do a credit card, you get that money instantly. Right? You transfer money. Well, that's the operator doing that. That's ACH, and it's automated clearinghouse. Soon as an ACH person that runs ACH, they can take your bill that you see every month. It's not a bill. You tear that off. It's a money order. It's a check. You take that money order, run it through ACH, and they instantly turn it into that check, and they turn it and they pay your bill. But what these people are doing, they have double books that tell you, they say, well, send this coupon in with your check. They get paid twice. Ooh, girl, you just don't know. I'm a federal criminal investigator. My job is to take down all lawyers and judges. Let me show you what they do to our people. I know you're a lawyer, but you shouldn't be. You have to be rich. So every time they kill one of us, They justify it by using the book of the devil. One of your prosecutors come out saying, I'm a Moor. I represent the state of such and such. Only Moors can represent the state. Period. They come out. We justify it because we prosecutors. Oh, I'm going to get every prosecutor that's done that. Oh, I got a guillotine for all of them.
So can I ask you a question about your representation of Miss Rich? And I won't go into the details. Obviously, it just sounds very. There's a lot to this, and I see that.
Yeah.
Did you file a notice of appearance with the court, or do you plan on doing that?
I filed it on the 12th.
You did file it on the 12th.
But I just got it straightened out yesterday. Go ahead.
You did? Because I'm not seeing it. Because I can, I just looked in there to see, because I was trying to see if I could get, I don't know what, if the court granted that. I can tell you that she does have a court date on the 3rd.
Right.
So in terms of, did you want me to get a copy of what you filed, or did you want me to, because if there's additional paperwork that you want to file that didn't make it to the court, do you want that information? Because I want everything direct filed. You on how to get it to them.
Yeah, I want everything filed, and I need a copy of it given to Empress Light.
Okay.
And that's why.
Let me get you.
Go ahead.
No, I was just going to look up this because it's not really new, but there's a specific email address that you have to send things to for the court in order for it to be filed.
Is it MC?
And so I can.
MC dot.
Actually, no,
okay.
They changed it.
Okay.
So shall I text that to you? I can text it to you if that would help. Okay.
Yeah, the clerk said I got an email. The clerk said they filed it yesterday.
Okay. Let me just check, because I just looked and I did not. Let me check, because I could be wrong.
No, I look.
It says a third. Okay.
This clerk, I had to give her a piece of my mind. She's going to tell me that I couldn't appear. Only you guys can appear. You've been a counsel since 2017, and that I couldn't appear. I said, hold the hell up. Who are you restricting? I had to give her a piece. You can't restrict nobody. I have an interest in this. I'm a federal criminal investigator. I had to tell this lady. I'm over the whole world. No lawyer can tell me what to do. No judge. They have to come and be wherever I tell them to be. For real. Yeah. This is a federal criminal investigation. Let me just tell you,
we have not represented her since we were appointed by the court on the 9th of February. So that's not accurate. I'm going to go ahead and send you, because I'm just looking.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have access to everything, like I said, but I do have a record of the, I can look up the docket, and I'm not seeing that they've received anything. Let me go back to the 12th.
No, you won't find it there, because they sent me an email saying, stop sending me this paperwork. We don't have a case like that. Then I called yesterday, and the lady says, well, you have to put the name of the person or the defendant's name on the email, then they can get to it. So I did that, and then they wrote back saying, okay, we filed it. So it might not be on there now. I don't know if it should be, but I definitely need to have my notice of appearance on. This is a deep case. All lawyers are criminals, war criminals. And that's what my case is about.
I understand.
Mm-hmm.
So I just texted you the email addresses.
Okay.
That these need to be sent to. I think you probably will also need the case number, so I will text those to you in a moment.
Okay.
Just because it sounds like, if it's a little concerning if they're rejecting it and not even documenting the fact that they received it, which they should be doing. So I'm just going to do this.
They're terrified, miss. They know who I am. It's you that don't know who I am. The governor knows who I am. He knows he's about to get it. The Pope knows who I am. They all know who I am. I'm not new to this law. I've been doing this case. I was framed and sent to prison for 10 years. And when I got out, I knew, I seen so many innocent people that was framed doing life and going to die in prison. Okay? I'm fighting for them, not just for, this is my post-conviction relief, but I was supposed to bring it back to the King County Court or whatever, but you can't bring it back to them because they're criminals. They have a human trafficking gang there. It's all bad. And I had a hearing before one of your judges and two lawyers, prosecutor and a lawyer, and they all admitted that they're at war with the Moors. The judge admitted that he works for the KKK. He admitted that he's a human trafficker.
What?
Oh, miss, I got all this. I'm a specialist. I'm a federal criminal investigator. I'm a master. Like I'm teaching you, you haven't heard nothing. You have a court order in your hand, miss. You're supposed to be going right to the court and say, look, I need Empress Light Bey. Her king is off, ask or demanded for her to be given back. You're illegally holding her. Even if you don't know it, you're in the facilitation, and even, you're facilitating the crime. Believe me, I know law better than most. I'm not talking about the, how,
Yes.
I know about crimes. I know well. Like I said, I was trained by judges, the two top presiding judges in 1987. I know your law better than you know your law. And it's not law. It's all a con game. When I first learned law, miss, I said, ooh, this book is bad. I could take anything if I wanted to. All I need to do is do a summons and complaint, wait for 20 days,
right,
blow their doors off, file a default, and take their shit. And if they can't do no trials, they can't pay for no attorney, it's mine. I'm going to beat that ass. That's who you're dealing with on the phone. I'm a master. I could take your house and everything, miss. You're not qualified to mess with me. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
Okay. Well, I respect that. And I have, I did go ahead and send you the information with the case numbers on it. And there's two different texts. The first are the email addresses.
Okay.
And the second are the case numbers.
Okay.
And I have 3 here for Federal Way. I did also want to share with you that it looked like there was another case that there's a warrant for Des Moines Municipal Court.
Okay.
I don't know if they're going to try to serve that or what the deal is with that, but I did want to make you aware of it.
Okay. Well, we need to get together and just go and get all this stuff quashed because it's all criminal. You can't file no warrant if it's underneath. And we're indigenous. All this stuff you're trying to say she's got a warrant on, it's garbage. It's all made up for the scallywags and the carpetbaggers to rob people blind, to keep people scared.
Right.
You can't keep doing that. This game is over. It's over. Y'all mess with the right one, not you. But
I hear you. I'm listening. I'm just listening.
Yeah.
I'm
bad, miss. You just don't have a clue. I'm bad as hell in law. I choke out any judge, any lawyer. Come up there talking this, I got cases for you. No, you can't cite case law here. You can't be here. Who are you? Pretending to be me. Only nobles can rule here. Only judges can be nobles. Period. So when you're talking about, well, she got a warrant, well, your job is to say that is garbage. You should have your motions or whatever prepared right now, buttressed by.
It's in a different court. It
doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
I don't.
You have a court order that's international. It blows the doors off anything you're talking about. You're trying to do. What you trying to go get a court order for to protect Empress Light for when you have a court order saying you can't have her? Look at Article 16 of the treaty. You got a president you can't even have, calling himself Joe Biden. Only Moors can sit there, miss. Only women can rule here. Period.
I'm blown away.
I know you should be because you don't know.
I said I'm blown away.
You should be because you don't know law. You've been told you know law, but you've been cheated. I'm about to get rid of every law degree there is. So you better go do your class action with your partners to get your money back. Been tricked all your life. I'm stopping all the tricks for my people. Empress Light can't take a lawyer. You can't represent her. You're a war criminal. You're a traitor. That's why she can't take one. She knows. It's against our empire. These are you guys are representing the Pope and the Queen of the Holy Wars, and we're fighting for our lives on our land. This is our land. Over 1 million miles square. No Europeans can be on it. They're here. Your mother's here, huh? Or was? She can't be here. That's how deep that treaty is. But she's supposed to be rich as hell, though. Oh, yeah. Rich beyond the wildest dreams. All that commerce that they talking about, trade with China and all like that, that's our money. You should be on the beach somewhere. Your mom should be partying, just having a good old time, living off that trade and commerce George Benjamin Franklin them left for them. You feel me?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So why are you trying to go to court, get a court order to get Light or help Light? You can't help her with statutes and codes. You'd be committing treason. Look at Article 3, Section 3 of the U.S. Constitution. Let me show you what you're doing. So you can't see me in no court. I'd choke you out. You're talking about treason. This is the judicial section. I'm a judge, miss. Not the kind of you guys. Y'all made up. Created by the thin air of the Illuminati.
Can you hold on one moment?
Yep.
Would you mind? Okay,
sure.
Thank you.
Hey, King, just want to let you know I'm still here listening.
Yeah. I saw you call back.
My phone had died. I'm ready to get into Article 16.
Oh, 16 treaty?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I've been reading along this whole time.
Girl, look, this young lady is learning a lot. She's learning to see that she can't do this job now. It's a lawyer. She's a traitor.
Did you get my text? It said the clerk, because she told me the same thing basically about how I can't be his consul because I'm not a bar member.
Yeah.
And at first, before we spoke, I was going to talk to her. After the snow cleared up, and I was going to fight some case laws, some codes and statutes, basically contradicting what she said, because even their codes and statutes basically say that I can.
Oh yeah, that's that
what
stuff
did you say?
I don't respond to them. These are people that are just like this lawyer who didn't know nothing about the treaty, thinking they know law, Finding out they don't know law, being tricked out of their own wealth. As the more you're a lawyer, the more you're tricking yourself out your wealth. That's so. Look, this con game is so sick. Once you look at what they did to everybody.
Oh.
Huh? You feel me? How you think this lawyer feels? Miss Hawkins are we talking to? About me telling her, Miss, you can't live here. Your mother can't live here. Huh? What you think she felt like?
Feelings, this is something my boyfriend used to always tell me, though. Facts over feelings. It don't matter what you feel. And what's the truth? What's fact?
That's right.
And at the end of the day,
she was speechless. Young lady was speechless just now. When I told her I'd choke her butt out in court, she was speechless. Because she knows she's a fraud now. She knows she has a court order she has to enforce now. Plus, she's a noble. Once you find out you're a noble and you like, what? I'm a noble? And I'm kicking my own ass by being a lawyer? Oh, is that? Oh.
Hello?
Yes.
All righty.
I'm sorry. I was just laughing.
Sorry about that.
No problem.
No, it's all good. It's all good. I had to take a call regarding someone in custody. So, in any event, is there any other information that I can provide to you that would be helpful? I mean, that's really what I wanted to do, is to see if there's anything that I could do or provide that would be of assistance to you. I mean, it doesn't sound like it, but
we have to work together, Miss. I have to. Look, this is a federal criminal investigation. I'm a private U.S. Attorney General for the United States of America, or of the Republican form of government. I work for the Moroccan government. You know what a private U.S. Attorney General is?
I've actually never heard of that term.
Oh, that's why you don't know how to talk to me. I rule over you, Miss. You can, wherever I tell you to be, when I need to investigate you and ask you questions, I don't need to have a judge to tell me you need to do discovery and all like that. Ain't none of that. You better be where I tell you to be, or I'll hit you with obstruction of justice. Take a look at the private U.S. Attorney General doctrine. And this is about, I can't be a private U.S. Attorney General unless I'm doing class actions. This is a class action case, and it's against the United States of America for human trafficking Moorish Americans and killing them for sport. You cannot tell me I cannot appear in any case. No judge can tell me what to do. It's me that tell them what to do. They better be there. Right now, you're being investigated. Everything I'm talking to you about is an investigation. I'm not no lawyer. Moors don't deal with lawyers. We're counsel. We're the nobles. We're the rulers. We make the law. So, like I'm telling you, you're a war criminal, and you're beating your own ass from the womb. Every man and woman is their birthrights. The Moors and the Europeans, their birthrights can never be separated. Not through the treaty. But the lawyers have hidden it, bypassed through Article 6 of the U.S. Constitution, Paragraph 2, use something contrary. These public servants or judicial officials who are bound to the treaty are now writing statutes and codes, rules, court rule books, anything else, ordinances, policies, procedures, to say, oh, you stepped on that crack over there. You better go to jail because you, what? Where'd you get this from? Is it in the Constitution? No. Where will you get it from? Well, we wrote it. Oh, really? Oh, you want to do treason then? Oh, you think I'm going to follow that? You think Empress Light wants to follow your crap you want to put on her? Why do you think she didn't attend the hearing yesterday? Because you can't protect her. You don't know what you're doing. You're doing a bad job protecting her. She should be home. So how y'all going to pay her? You going to pay her in gold and silver?
Me?
Look at Article 16. Well, see, you're look, you're a lawyer. You have the power to manipulate your ancestors' Republican form of government. Only a noble can touch that treaty. A European can't touch the treaty. They have to leave here. The nobles are the ones that are protectors, defenders, and enforcers of that treaty, of the will between the two of us. It's about the blood, the sanguinity. This blood and our blood, we were on the same battlefield, fighting next to each other in war. Many people don't know that. We just fought alongside each other because that's how we had to survive, or else the Brits was going to get us. Brits got their heads handed to them. You ever see the Treaty of Peace of 1783 when King George III left here? Yeah, you can't represent them more.
1783?
Yeah, Treaty of Peace. They have one before the 1783. They have one before that. That's the French and Indian War, which is the Moors. We're not Indians. That's the names the Europeans gave us. Colored, Negro, all those names. That's not our names. That's why our people are messed up today. That's why you're messed up today. You're an empress. That document, these documents, the Iroquois Constitution is your shit. Your birthright to rule over the men, over the earth. It ain't got nothing to do with color. It's got something to do with the blood. You have noble blood in you. You cannot go against the treaty now. Once you know about that treaty, you're through. You can never go back. Look at Article 16 of the treaty, please. I have a lot I could tell you. I could talk for hours.
I can tell you have a lot of knowledge.
Yeah.
A lot.
I'll choke out any judge, prosecutor that comes my way. Let's read Article 16 when you get there.
I'm here.
Read it aloud, please.
In a case of war between the parties, the prisoners are not. One second, honey. The prisoners are not. I was sorry. I was talking to my husband. The prisoners are not to be made slaves, but to be exchanged for one another, captain for captain, officer for officer, and one private man for another. And if there shall prove a deficiency on either side, it shall be made up by the payment of 100 Mexican dollars for each person wanting.
Right.
And it is agreed that all prisoners shall be exchanged in 12 months from the time of their being taken, and that this exchange may be effected by a merchant or any other person authorized by either of the parties. I'm
authorized. You're authorized. You're an empress. You can't have her. You made her a slave. Look at Article 3 of the treaty, please.
Article 3.
I don't have the treaty in front of me. I'm just going to tell you what it does.
I'm just, let's see.
See, let me say this before we get busy, you see, even though we live in the year 2021, you have to live like from the treaty in 1787. That's the republic form of government. That's the only government there is. The democratic government is the KKK. They overthrew the Moors. They were lynching us and everything in the end. But it's an illegal establishment. My job is to get rid of them. I'm close. You're hearing closeness. You're in it. You're right here. You don't want to see the guillotine. Believe that. I'm the real deal, miss. Anyway, Article 3. See, anyway, so can you imagine what the country was like in 1787? There's no electricity. That's how you have to look at this paperwork. This paperwork is esoteric. Okay, so when you bypass 1787, you are now in war criminal territory. So every time you go to court and you say, well, Your Honor, and Your Honor is not a noble, it's not a Your Honor. You're talking to a scallywag and a carpetbagger, a criminal. You're talking to a war criminal that works for the Pope, a human trafficker. You're talking to a gang member that's looking all prissy and all that all the time. They're war criminals. No lawyer or judge can be on our land over a million miles square. And in fact, where is the Europeans' land at? The white people, so-called white people. Where's their land? I don't even know where they came from, miss. Can you tell me?
No.
Well,
I cannot. I do not know. I mean, they have tried to say that, they landed on Plymouth Rock. There were people that were obviously had come here before then.
We were already here. Our flag was already here. What are you talking about? Plymouth Rock.
Yeah.
That's their story, see?
Well, that's what I'm saying. That's their right. That's what they
Yeah, that's their side of the story. Just like George Washington's the first president. Their story ain't my story. On our land, we have all kinds of landmarks, pyramids, mounds, everything to show we were here. Europeans came here and destroyed all of our stuff. No landmarks or nothing. But you can't get rid of those old McHeads. Can't get rid of those pyramids or nothing. But you damn sure did a good job of destroying our history, everything about us. So we're back. You have a court order, miss. I expect for you to utilize that court order. You're authorized to go tell that so-called judge, you're a traitor. I just found out I'm a traitor too. And Empress Light is an empress. You can't hold her pursuant to Article 16 of the treaty. Wrote the governor, Jay Inslee, a few years back, demanding my prisoners of war. He's been running. They're terrified, miss. You don't know how big my case is. My case is bad. I'm about to end this whole thing. They're not going to keep killing our people for sport and getting away with it, with a fake prosecutor talking about, I'm a Moor and we just killed a Moor and it's justified. When you become a prosecutor for the United States or any state, you're saying you have the Republican form of government. You rule this empire. You are noble. No lawyer can interlope here any longer. You're an interloper or war criminal, but you don't know it. That's how criminal this game is, how sophisticated this monopoly is that they put on this land. They messed up everybody. Everybody. I could right now I could go and put an order out and show what the lawyers are doing and have every lawyer chased down the street. I have that kind of knowledge to tell the people what's happening to them. None of y'all would make it out alive. And in fact, you're surrounded. All over the world, you're surrounded. Believe me, you don't know who you're messing with or talking to, but I'm going to give you a good example. I'm a king. This is my land. I'm tired of these people killing our people and getting away with it. My case is, one of them is Charlena Lyles. You know who she is, right?
Mhm.
That's my case. They justified that. Ain't justifiable. See Article 21? This is our land, our country, and this is the court order. So I'm ordering you to go and get Light, Empress Light Bey, out of jail today. There's no order. A court can order over that order. It's the supreme law of the land. So what are you actually doing as a lawyer? What's your job? See, this is where the breakdown goes. So as you can see, the treaty doesn't allow for lawyers to be here. It's already the law. So what are you going to law school for? To learn more law? Huh?
Yeah, I mean, to,
Can't go
there
to school
was,
here. Can't learn law here.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's all a scam. It's not law. Anything after 1787 is criminal. Every president after from George Washington on is criminal. Every college is hiding everything from you. It's by design, by the people that's on the top. You're supposed to be rich. That's all you should be worried about. That's all you could talk about here. The commerce is all we can talk about. You can't talk about, oh, you're walking down the street and this and that. Nope. Treaty's all you can talk about. All the other side talk is made up by the lawyers and judges. Fake people who came here, overthrew us. That day is over, miss. So I expect to have Empress Light home today. You don't need to go to write up briefs, try to prove a point. You better not use no case law, statutes, and codes on her. I'll be there. I'll have you as a third-party defendant. You won't like it. Okay? You can't beat me, miss. I'm bad.
Okay.
I just expect for you to do your job best you can, and I'm your partner. I'm not here to hurt you. I'm your family. We have the same blood. I won't let you do that to Empress. Even if she did anything wrong, you just will never have any jurisdiction. She's immune to all prosecutions. You should check that out too. You got case law on board. Straight immune. Look at statutes and codes having no effect on anything. You know that, don't you?
Under the
statutes and codes are not law. No, in general. I got case law by your court saying it's no good. You have to give people consent to use statutes and codes. I don't consent to that. Light doesn't consent. No Moors can consent to these. You can't consent to them. You can't even use them. I'll send you some case law in the text real quick, and I'm gonna show you what you're doing. Yeah.
Okay.
Go ahead. Question. Go ahead.
I have to go. My husband is asking me to get off of the phone right now because we are going to go do something real quick, if that's okay.
Hell yeah, I love your husband. Get me off the phone.
I have to leave. No. It is time for me to go. But if I'm happy to read anything that you want to send my way. So if you want to text me what you're referring to, I'm happy to read it. And I will, go through more in depth the information on the treaties that you've provided to me.
You don't have enough time to go through it. You can't just look at it. Listen, this is one of these things you can't look at and read it like it's a novel and say, oh, I read that. It's not like that. Only a noble can use it. No court on the land. Go ahead.
I'm still going to read it.
Sure.
I'm still going to read it. It's not going to hurt me to read it.
No, I want you to read it. I want you to say, I'm not saying don't read it or anything. I'm saying even if you do read it, oh, girl, there's so much into that. It take you years to get into it. And it's kind of like look.
I believe it.
I'm able to
it.
tell you what I'm able to tell you because of my federal criminal investigation. I didn't know about the treaty. I knew I was a Moor, but I found out about the treaty when I was in King County Jail by a Moor who's a judge for Washita. See, this land is Washita, not Washington. And it's just like Mexicans are Moors. And this whole, from the North Pole to South Pole and all that, all the islands and all around the world is your stuff to rule over. You're beating your own butt. Tell your husband he has an empress that's about to be rich, because my job is to do reparations, remove everybody, and pay everybody, and then send the Europeans back to where they came from. And at least they're not in the days of 1787 when there's no electricity and running water, like we have today. So they shouldn't be afraid to go back to where they came from, wherever that is. But they can't stay here no longer. I'm sorry. It's over. Our people are tired. They're scared. Our children are scared. They don't know which way to turn. You got a thing called pipeline to prison, and all of them are heirs to the land, owners of the trade, and get a dime of it, but get kicked in the dome. Get my Empress, please. Have her home today, and we'll talk about writing up bonds or something to bail her out. GSA bonds or something. You know how to do bail bonds? Easy. I
don't write them myself.
Okay,
but,
well, we need to write one. We get together. I'll write it, file it, and I'll take it to Score Jail and release her. It's easy. Don't leave her in there. Every day is bad, miss. You wouldn't want to be in there. The food is bad. She's got children. She's got a daughter. You don't know much about her, do you?
I don't.
Just the client. Yeah, I know.
No, it's not that. She did, as you said, I could not talk to her. She would not speak with me. So I don't have information. Right. and now I understand. Now I understand why she wouldn't talk to me. But that's why. It's not because I didn't want to. It's because she,
You can't talk to her. You don't.
She's not going to do it. Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
You don't know what you're doing.
That's why.
That's why I have to come in. So that's why I'm talking to you. I'm gonna let you go though. We need to get together and read up on the private U.S. Attorney General doctrine. You'll see that I'm off the chain. You cannot bypass me. I'll have you locked up, and I'll put you in the guillotine. I'm not playing.
Okay.
Get my Empress.
Okay.
Islam. Peace and love.
All right.
Oh, I'm still here.
Yeah. Mhm.
That was interesting.
I'm bad. You just have no clue.
That was interesting.
Yeah.
You said what needed to be said.
Mm-hmm.
Sure.
She's an Empress and didn't even know it.
Okay, I have a question about this though.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking about, because I have to say that her dad was more,
mm-hmm.
and her mom is European or Caucasian or whatever.
Uh-huh.
Okay, now how does that work? With her mother being a European, she still have European descent.
So,
no matter.
Moors come in all colors.
Okay.
The blood is what you're looking at.
See, and when I was thinking that in my mind, I didn't say anything.
No problem.
But
good question.
Also, from what
it's a good question. You need to know. You're asking because you don't know.
From what I studied. Oh, goddamn! Oh my God!
You got something on fire?
I failed. Oh shoot!
So did
oh my God! Shit. Okay, hold on, my bad. I gotta pick my chair back up.
What do you think?
That's the chair and shit.
Make me get this vape put on my mouth real quick. I ain't smoked since I've been talking to this woman. Did I choke her out or what?
Don't remind me.
Huh?
I said, don't remind me.
Oh, yeah. I'm sorry, poor baby. Hey, did I choke her out or what?
You said, did you or should you?
Did I choke that lawyer out or what?
You did. I feel like I would have tread a lot softer.
No.
I would have.
No, she's a war criminal. You know, you make sure that they know she's an empress and she's beating her own ass. She's been tricked out of her life. Going to school for 12 years. Those 12 years would have been good for her to be free, having money. That's with everybody.
And lost what I had in my hand.
Oh.
Geez. Okay, but back to what I was saying.
Uh-huh.
What the hell? I fell out my chair. I had some tweezers. I was going to pluck my little eyebrows. I was talking to you. And when I fell out the chair, the tweezers fell out my hand. I don't even know where they hit now.
Okay.
But about the blood, though. So, from what I've learned in the past, basically, so we are who we are because of our mothers and because of blood.
Because of the blood.
And the father who gives the sperm, of course, they're still, our family, but I heard it was always the blood and the mother, and who your mother is.
True.
Or were, basically. So if her mother is a European, she don't get classified as European with her mother?
She's got our blood. Let me show you like this. Let me make it real simple. Say you marry a European dude. You have a baby by him. Is that still baby?
Yeah, that's still my baby. Too? Yeah, that's his baby too.
Do you tear your baby in half and say, okay, you take 50% of the white part and I take the other side?
No.
The blood is in there, isn't it?
Yeah, it's still in there.
So now, if you have a child like that, would you now all of a sudden, when you learn something new, like you're learning, talk about I'm a Moor, and you can't be Moors unless the mother's blood is you be born by a mother or a Moor mother, or else you won't be a Moor? That's the stuff you're working on? That's the mentality you're working on? I'm just checking, that's all. It's all good. You would never reject your baby.
I mean, I just want to have an understanding.
Yeah, I'm just saying you would never reject your child, would you?
No.
If you had a child by a white man, a European, that's your child. You think I'm going to reject like the European Moor that was just on the phone, the Albion mother? I mean the lady, whatever you want to call it, the mulatto. I don't call it none of that. Those are name callings. Name calling. The Moors come in all colors.
Okay.
So when you identify with the knowledge that, let's say, for instance, all up till this time, I don't know how old this lady is, she went to all this training to find out she doesn't know law. Huh?
I like how she took it well.
Well, she's a noble. She has to understand to be a lawyer. But now she knows she cannot be a lawyer. She cannot represent light. And she's got somebody like me on her heels that will put her ass dead up in that guillotine and make her a third-party defendant. She knows exactly what I'm talking about. Huh?
I need to contact the court and put in a special appearance on behalf of Esmail. And what else do I need to do? I need to get him out. I need to have my own court order.
The treaty is the court order. You see how I handle that lawyer? All of them about to get that guillotine. You should see the paperwork I wrote in, and I put my notice of appearance in for Empress Light. Ooh, girl.
Did you say you were going to send that to me?
I'm going to send it to you. I'm saying you should see it. Then you'll understand what in the hell I'm doing and talking about right now. Let me get off the phone.
I feel like...
Huh?
For one, I need to be a lot more firm with what I believe in and when talking to these people.
They don't pull no punches on you. They got your man.
They sure don't. They sure don't.
They play for keeps. And you play for keeps. Don't. Yeah. You read the Secret Treaty of Verona? You know that what it's all about?
Oh. Okay, I have a question about that too. Okay. I remember you saying something about a treaty, 1836 or 1736. What you say?
1836. The second treaty was signed in 1836 of the Moorish.
Okay. Are there any differences in that treaty? Because I haven't seen the treaty that's dated 1836. But when I looked it up,
when
I looked it up, I saw it online just now.
Yeah.
It's easier to find that treaty of 1836 than it is to find this treaty of 1787. But I have plenty copies of the one in 1787.
Yeah.
Are there any differences? Do I need to read both documents and study both of them, trying to see if it's something different?
Differences. The top of the top of the Treaty of 1787 doesn't have what the 1836 one has. On the top. See where it talks about ship signals and stuff like that. It talks. Remember, you seen my video where I talked about, well, who's the president here?
Yeah, I saw that.
Well, that's that copy you're looking at.
That's the 1836?
Yeah.
I need that.
Yeah, so look at the top of it. And your ancestors are dictating about their seas, how they want the United States ships to travel through their seas. And that's your ancestors.
Wait a second. Let me look at my congressional records for one quick second. Because I feel like, hold on a second. This is congressional record. What is this?
Are you talking about the secret treaty?
This is not the one. I'm going to find it. I got a lot of paper, but I'm going to find it.
Yeah.
The affidavit. Constitution. No, I'm not looking for it. Where is this paper? Which one is that?
So you think I can represent like well in court?
Yeah, I think you got. You sure? Yeah, I think you got your shit.
Mm-hmm.
For sure.
That lawyer can't represent her. She knows that now.
Huh?
The lawyer, she knows she can't represent like not being a bar member and a war criminal. She better go get her like I told her.
I would have been.
You would have been pissed?
Huh?
No,
I would have been pissed. I would have been like, I mean, me, because I haven't studied law. I can't say I went to school like she did and shit.
She's to be told what to do.
I would be like, I need some more help. We need to talk some more. But since she's so-called know what she's doing, and hey, this should be enough. She should study this and know how to move.
She won't know. Like I told her, she can't. Like I told you, you can't just read that treaty. You better go break down all these words. It's gonna take some time. See?
Okay.
She can use the treaty because of her.
Okay. The Iroquois Constitution.
Yeah.
That's another name for it. Is the Great Law of Peace, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm pretty sure I got a copy of that somewhere. Somewhere. And if not, I can go get it, and I have one that you sent me as well. Statutes at large.
Yeah, 75 statute at large. What about it? That's the secret treaty. That's the treaty. What about it?
That's the treaty of 1836, right?
Uh-huh. As well as...
That's why I didn't know, because I always say statutes at large. I have that with me. I can study that. I actually put on a case already.
But see,
like the Iroquois Constitution, I call it the Great Law of Peace. So when you say Iroquois Constitution,
yeah,
I'm not thinking that. I'm not thinking Great Law of Peace. I'm not thinking of
right.
The what's it called? Statutes at large.
You look at how much you know, and it's all separated, hitting you dead in the face, but nobody there to break it down for you. All the time you're an empress, and it's your birthright. Say right in your hand, huh?
I knew I was special.
Of course you're special. But you just couldn't put it together because of the time and the way they educated you. Like you seen how they educated the lawyer. She went all gun-ho, got a degree, and I'm a lawyer, and she's working a 9 to 5, got a husband, and lo and behold, she talks to a noble today. She finds out her degree is worth toilet paper. Woo! And here she is.
Okay, wait.
Go ahead.
Oh no, I'm looking online and I'm looking at this as well, the copy that I have. So the public statute at large of the United States of America, from the organization of the government in 1789 to March 3rd, 1845.
No, that's the con job. That's the con man one. When it says 89, con man.
Okay, because that's what I was just looking at. I'm like, okay, this date that I'm looking at on my computer, I'm looking at a copy of a congressional record, and I see that it says September 16th, 1836, treaty with Morocco, statutes at large.
Right. Your ancestors.
This is a different date. It's not the same date though.
It's all right. You just
the one I got.
You just read the documentation that you got. You don't have to make it bigger than what it is or go all trying to be all fancy. Just got a regular treaty saying this is what it is. It's gets signed every 50 years. As you can see, 1786 to 1836, 50 years. Obama just signed the last one.
Okay. Oh yeah. I think okay. I had a moment there.
We all have our moments. One thing about the lawyer though, Miss Hawkins, she knew that it was presidents before George Washington. Now let me give you. Go ahead.
Oh no, I was just gonna be like, they tell you we learned something like that in school. We don't get into it as much, but that was like, oh yeah, George Washington was the first president, and they had to leave it at that.
Yeah, and they want that to be like that, and that's the way it is. Everybody's waiting on the lawyers to change things. Nothing will get changed if you're waiting for the lawyers and judges, because they're the ones that's the criminals. They want it like it is. But the lady, the lawyer, didn't know she's a criminal. That tore her up. Here she is thinking, "Oh, I'm doing law. I'm helping the world." No, you're a criminal. What? It didn't make sense to her until I broke it down that she works for the crown. She didn't deny that, did she? I guess she just, as long as I get that chase the carrot on the stick money, I'm cool. All the time, that little chump change you're getting is robbing you. How much money you
definitely planted the seed.
You said I planted the seed?
I said definitely. She's not gonna take this lightly. I'm pretty sure she's gonna study and do some research and
she's gonna
question herself in her whole life.
She got enough information to know that where her ancestors came from. She might not have known before, because she definitely.
Did you in the conversation? Did you ask her about Caucasians, where Caucasians came from?
Yeah.
Europeans?
Yeah. She said she didn't know.
I was waiting for her to answer. I need to see.
How can you answer something you don't have a clue about?
But I at least know that the term Caucasian came from a Caucasus Mountain. I know that at least.
Well, they make it sound.
I don't know if y'all came from here.
We're the Caucasians. There are all kinds of names.
We're the Caucasians.
They make it sound like we're everything. But you got to. They give you differences in words. Caucasian means this, and white means that. I tell you like this. It's really simple. It's about us and them. Later for the names.
Yeah.
Us and them. It's just that simple. You're white or European, wherever you came from, and I'm the first original. I don't know where you came from.
Yeah.
But you can never, two of y'all for millions of years can never have a more. You're not supreme. So, but we can have you. We're supreme. So yeah, I don't know where they came from, and I don't know where we came from, but I know we were here first.
Yep.
And I know we have aliens, extraterrestrials that they're supposed to be our family out there. Real talk.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, I'm gonna get off this phone. I'm proud of you to be doing your research and working to get your man out, because as you can see, yeah, as you can see, the lawyers are the enemy, and they don't even know it. Don't even know it till they run into a noble that says, "Hey, look here, you're a damn fool. You're killing your own self from the womb, helping the Pope, the Queen." She was quiet, wasn't she? I bet you connecting those dots so quick. She's like, "Oh, hey, wait a minute."
She would have a lot to talk to her husband about.
Yeah. Is her husband's a European too? Is she?
I think so.
And if he finds out she's an empress and is a Moor, and his ass got to be deported. She's gonna go with it.
I can't say about marriage.
Yeah, you gotta be deported, buddy. I don't care. You can't live here, have a job here. Y'all gonna stop killing our people. Period. So, yeah, that's my job, babe. See, the lady didn't know that our flag went on top of the White House.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Here she is going to law school to defeat that flag of her ancestors.
And I like how she said the Constitution was the supreme law of the land.
Yeah.
And then it read in the Constitution where it said basically otherwise.
Yeah. Gave her an opening of her mind. Let her know that the Constitution, the president can't be a president. Like, tore her up. So
much needed.
Much needed. Overdue. All Europeans.
But she's supposed to be the defense.
The defense nothing.
The state so-called appointed.
Yeah.
For her.
The state wrote the laws, the codes. So they're going to definitely need somebody to enforce those codes for them, because they need everybody to be on the same page. The Washington State Law School is owned and run by the state. The state makes those law schools makes these statutes and codes, and they print
code up there.
And they print these court rule books out. Huh?
Is it cold up there?
No, not today.
No.
Is
it usually cold?
No.
Okay.
During the wintertime, like it depends. Like it's green here all year round. It's beautiful here, man. It's beautiful. It's not like you know how terrains look different everywhere you go. It's just beautiful here all year round. It's got mountains, scenery, water all around you, lakes all over the place. Oh man, it's just beautiful. It's like a storybook. Real talk.
Once we get off the phone, I'm going to look at the treaty again, the 1787. I'm going to read the one in 1836. I am going to look over the Constitution again. I'm going to look over this Iroquois Constitution.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure I'll have a lot of questions. Even if you don't text, I will still text them to you just so I don't forget my questions.
Oh, okay.
But you can call me anytime. It's 1:50 over here, and I'm pretty sure I don't got no dope, so I'm gonna be up trying to find something to do, something to study.
You on Facebook?
I have one, but I don't.
Yeah, you don't really get it.
Post. It's for my business.
Okay. I'm on Facebook.
I have an Instagram.
I don't deal with none of that. I just deal with Facebook and YouTube. I'm not on there much. I'm just here fighting for our people, enlightening the people.
I forgot this that quick. I pulled it up saying I was gonna look at it and I forgot.
Oh.
The Treaty of Tripoli.
Yeah.
What's that about?
I didn't study it. Only only certain Moors, like the Days and Alis, I think, deal with that Treaty of Tripoli. But you can check it out and read it and let me know. Whenever you raise your treaty and say, "I got a treaty," oh, you open up every treaty in the world. It's like, I got a treaty. It's the Moorish American Treaty of Peace and Friendship. It's international law. Moors have a treaty with everybody. Everybody.
Have you, I got another document on here that I haven't read, and it's called the United Nations Declaration of Rights of Indigenous People.
All garbage. I read it.
Garbage?
I read it. How are they going to write something for the indigenous people when you already had indigenous rights? They know who you are, but they won't tell you the truth. The United Nations was built to defeat the Moors. It's a war game. They make it sound good, but it's all about killing the women, the Moors. Remember the Pope? The Pope's unit. Anything built, making it sound good, we helping? No, they're killing your empire. None of it's any good. And if it ain't from the Muslim people or the Moroccan Empire, it's war criminals.
What about the Zodiac Constitution?
I don't study that.
Not that either.
I haven't studied that. I'm just dealing with this lawsuit. This lawsuit is the be all and end all for our people not to have to be going to court talking about, Your Honor, but you know what I'm saying? It's time for you to be rich. Like I told the young lady, Miss Hawkins, you're supposed to be on the beach somewhere.
Ooh, that'd be so nice.
What are you telling? They took the bag.
Smoking the cannabis.
Yes, they took the bag, and they're the ones on the beach smoking the cannabis, saying, "Oh man, let's hope they don't never find out about this trick." Well, it's too late. I just told the lawyer about the trick. Damn shame you're telling a lawyer about the trick, huh?
Well, she gonna get it right.
Oh, I just forced her hand. She works for you.
That's what I need to start telling these people. Start telling them.
Yeah.
I'm not asking no permission. I'm not.
She's bound to you. When it says bound to the treaty, bound to the empresses, the Moors, the rulers. It's all about you. Am I busting your dome a little bit too much right now? Reflecting? Okay. Because you say, oh, I don't know what it is.
Oh, no.
Okay.
I'm starving. I'm trying to find me something to eat now.
Oh, okay. My friend was
I'm just happy to have an appetite.
I took her out to get some food last night. She was trying to get to this she works, she lives like in my friend, she lives at the YMCA or something like that for women. And she was a quarter short from the vending machine. She was hungry. And she said, damn. I said, well, I'm going to come by and pick you up. I went by and picked her up, took her to Wendy's. First, she wanted to go to Taco Bell, Taco Time or something. It was close.
Ew, Taco Bell. Yeah. Did you know that their meat is ground pork?
Nope.
My cousin works there, and she told me that the package said ground pork. And this whole time I've been thinking I've been eating beef tacos, and that's been pork.
Pork.
You know?
That's messed up. You need to just jack them. That's why they all need to leave our land. Because they do anything and everything with these statutes and codes. And the lawyers let them get away with it because their big business partners are involved in that. And every business, bank, and so on is ruled by statutes and codes. And so when the lawyers come and represent the banks and these big businesses, and the judges are the big business partners, and you want to use your treaty, oh, I'm sorry, we don't know nothing about that. Overruled, you lose. Just like you see the lawyer, she really didn't know about the treaty. She really don't know law. So just imagine, if she doesn't know law, how many Moors know law? Huh?
Not me.
Thank you. So now you see why I'm devastating for them. None of them can beat me in open court. I'd beat the brakes off of them. Every last one of them. Bring me their attorney general, I'd beat the brakes off of them. They can't be here. They shouldn't even be on our land opening their mouths. You wouldn't even supposed to, not even supposed to see them.
See, that's what I've been talking to them. Oh my goodness, I messed up my freaking toes. That's
what?
Toes.
Toes.
I told you when we first posed, TOES.
Oh.
I painted my toes earlier when we were talking, and I forgot they weren't dry. And yeah, so look it up.
Some girl
but
yeah.
But me and Ismail, I know he was talking about basically. Okay, so after I started talking to you, I'm really pushing up my approach with the case. And not too much because, I mean, we were still heading in this direction that they're not supposed to be here. They're not supposed to be telling us what the fuck to do. So we were kind of heading in the right direction. Mm-hmm. But we were still using UTCs and codes and stuff. And I've heard and I've studied, and I've listened to multiple Moors. And I know some Moors who go about using UTCs. I know some who don't. I know some who try to authenticate the birth certificate. I know some who,
all that stuff. All of them doing this crap. They don't know nothing. Let me tell you. I mean, watching these fools, they authenticate their birth certificate or do one. Look, people put stuff online, and people say, "Oh, I like that. I'm gonna try that," but they don't have the end game to go with it.
Mm-hmm.
So you authenticate, but then what do you do next? What's the
end game? Right?
How you protect that? See?
Well, I heard that's when people get into trust and start putting things in your trust.
Okay.
But that's a whole other conversation.
I understand trust law. Your treaty. I understand trust law. Your treaty is a trust.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And that stuff I still have to overstand as well. Not there yet, but So we was going about this with the UCCs though. And we were talking about right to travel.
Article 14 is the right to travel of the treaty. All those other things outside of all these statutes and codes. I'm listening, you know already. Article 14 is the first right to travel, and it's for the Europeans to pass and repass our country and seaports whenever they please. It wasn't for us. Go ahead.
Oh, I only got one of the. I don't even have the whole treaty in front of me. I do have 14, but I don't know if this is not the end of it. It just continues, but it's on another piece of paper.
No, I was just relating to what you were saying about the rights to travel and all that stuff. Mm-hmm. The connection to 14 versus the one that's made up by them.
But the one on 14 is basically telling you so it's talking about a citizen's right to travel on our land.
That's right.
Right?
Yeah, and you're not.
Okay, well, I'm not a citizen, and if I gave them the right, of course I have the right, because I gave it to them.
You are sovereign. They're not.
Yeah. I know this kind of relates back to a question you asked me. When we kind of answered it already.
Okay.
It said, or if it doesn't state something as specific as a car, isn't that left to another jurisdiction to rule on? Or are we supposed to newly assume our vessels as our cars and other means of travel?
He's a king. First off, doesn't know his birthright. So his questions would be like the serfdom would write or ask. Right?
What you saying?
Your man is a king, but he's got a serfdom's brain, like the lawyer.
Okay.
Okay? He's going to write his questions like a serf because he doesn't know anymore. A king would not write questions like that, or empress, if they know that their birthright. Right? So you could tell the difference between people who know and don't know when they write. It's kind of interesting when you know about you. Your man is a king. Make sure he knows that. Make sure he understands. I know he knows, but make sure he understands that he has that serfdom knowledge in him, and he has to throw all that stuff away, and it's difficult. Very difficult to be like the lawyer. She's been living X amount of years. You know, it took at least 8 years to finish college doing that, to be a lawyer. You know that? So she got 20 years in, 12 years to college, right? How long it took to get a master's and all that? Just to get a job.
I have no idea.
I'm just saying, just to get a job. Right? But it takes time.
A long time.
Long time. Look at what the scallywags and carpetbaggers did to the people. Make them go chase that money they already owed for a long time. And then when they finally get it and get a little car or something, I finally did something. The school said it was going to work. All the time you're rich as hell. Man, this con job is so devastating on people. I know I took the air out of that lawyer today. She knew if she ran it, when I gave her the insight about her running up on me in court, she wouldn't stand a chance at all. The judge wouldn't either. That's why you seen how I was in court, right? And I had to face all three of them. They need each other to make their trick work. But I know their trick, so it wouldn't work. And then I pushed them back and read this Article 6 and told them none of your statutes and codes or anything here. Who are you, mothers? Broke them down. See? So no, the lawyer can't represent Light. She better go and get Light out, like I told her. Because you know this conversation is being recorded. You know that, right? I ain't playing.
Our conversation?
Yeah. All my conversations be recorded. But didn't you hear that on when I talked to Sharon? When I told her to come. Huh?
I saw it. When you told her it was going to be recorded.
Yeah. I thought you knew. But if you don't, here it is. I got this lawyer recording. You want this recording?
Sure.
You're supposed to say, hell yeah, man. That got this girl admitting that she don't know law. Who wouldn't want a recording like that? A lawyer. Look, a lawyer admitting that they don't know law. What kind of shit is that?
Yeah. But I was recording this conversation too until she got off the phone.
Yeah. But
I would rather have your recording because I ended up missing the first 6 minutes of the conversation.
I just said I got all of it. And I'm going to send it to you. And you can play this how I whooped her butt. And, to teach her law. And she still doesn't know enough. But she knows enough to know what she's doing is totally wrong. Totally wrong. And she knows she's enslaving people. She knows she has to liberate people now. But yeah, let me get up this phone, and I'm going to email you this info.
Okay, the document and the recording.
Yeah, I'm gonna get it all to you.
Okay.
Look, you studying to be an empress, aren't you? A ruler, right? You got to get your king out. I'm not boots on the ground in Arkansas. You are. You better know how to protect your dominions. See how I protected my dominion against that lawyer who's on my dominion?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you can't have no.
Oh,
yeah, go ahead.
One question before you go, though.
Yeah.
Did you find out why she decided that she didn't want to attend court today?
You mean yesterday?
Oh, yeah, yesterday.
I already know why. Because they're not going to give her no fair hearing.
Yeah, it's not her court. Yeah.
She needs,
but
I don't know why her.
I would have still wanted to go.
You want to what?
I said I would have wanted to go still. Because y'all don't have to hear me. Y'all need to hear me.
She can't participate.
I don't want to do it.
See, what you don't understand. Here's what you don't understand is what she understands or overstands. She knows these people mean her no good. Mm-hmm. How well do you know Light and what she does with the lean process?
Not well at all. I haven't even heard a lot of positive things, but I don't know.
You don't hear it's like you don't hear a lot of positive things about her because she's not positive. She tries to play the game like she's doing stuff like she knows law, or Moorish law and stuff. She knows some. She definitely knows that a lawyer is not her cup of tea.
Mm-hmm.
And she knows the court is the same. That's why she's in there. Look, Empress Light has leaned up every company court on in the state of Washington. Leaned them up. And they're mad. Now they got her. And she knows what's up.
How long has she been in there too?
Like how long she's been locked up?
Mm-hmm.
They picked her up, I think I heard Virgo Triad say something like 6 o'clock in the morning on the 8th.
Mm.
And then they transferred.
8th of what year?
Huh?
Of what year?
This year.
Okay. Oh, okay. What the hell?
On the 8th of December, February 8th, Light was locked up and had a hearing that day, and then she was transferred to Score Jail, which is owned by 7 cities. Score Jail is a private jail owned by judges. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
A private jail owned by judges. And then the judge is going to go up there and rule for Light to say, no, we got a code that says you didn't make it. And the lawyer you had, they didn't know how to protect you. So, yeah, you go back and lock back up. They won't get that with me. They're through. You know that.
On Monday?
Yeah.
That's when I'm going to, hopefully I'm going to start acting on what I've learned so far.
Well, I do paperwork. That's my thing. Okay, my stuff is brilliant. Ain't no lawyer can outdo me because they don't know law. They need the judge, who's the criminal, to help the other criminal to psych you out or trick your mind into believing what they're doing is valid and what you're saying is doing is shit. That's what they've been doing to all people, making people think that, well, nobody's never disputed the lawyer, so it must be real that they know law, so it must be real what they do. All bad. They about to get it.
I know some people who just have 100% faith in their government. I'm just like, that's so crazy to me. But it's usually Albion.
Yeah.
It's not usually our people.
Well, it's not just Albion. I was naive at one time. Real talk.
I don't think I've ever. I can't just say I was never naive, but with that,
it was put in you. It was
trusting the government.
I know what you're saying, but the naivety was put in you by the school system, the Bible. Yeah. Even your reaction time won't be quick enough because of all the stuff they put in you. Look at the reaction time of the lawyer today. She doesn't know nothing about the treaty other than today. And now her reaction time is like, I got to go study this. Well, you had 8 years. You mean to tell me they never shot that to you in school?
Never, not one. Huh? My thing is, even in the Constitution, they speak on treaties. What treaties were y'all fucking learning in school then? Because I would have asked the question.
Great question.
What treaties are they talking about? Can I see those treaties?
They're great question. But why don't they just skim by it? They don't care. They just, look, once you're in law school or you believe something is real, you're just trying to get to that degree. You ain't trying to change or nothing. They say it's right, it's right. That's all you need to know. Because you're a sheep. Because you've been chasing that carrot on the stick. You've been turned into an individual. You don't have no clans no more. You don't know nothing about anything but what they told you. Go chase that money. And then when you get grown, you can party, drink. That's the system they got for you. And then when you retire, go ahead.
I say that, and that stuff ain't even true either.
Yeah. See what I'm saying though? That's the brainwashing or the things that people have to grab onto when you're in the Wizard of Oz world. I'm not in Oz. I've never been in Oz like that after I got to a certain level of law. Okay? That's why I'm bad like I'm bad. I've been beat up like everybody else too.
That's usually what make people the strongest.
Huh?
I said that's what usually make people the strongest.
Yeah. They mess with the king. For real. I was already bad before I went to prison. I knew law before I went to prison. I was bad. You heard me tell the lawyer about me knowing of being trained by their judges personally. And then when I learned this law, I saw that I could take anybody's property and anything else if I sued them. That's what they're doing to us. They're using that stuff to rob people of everything. They work in a team. in tandem, and they're so proficient at this craft of cheating you. It looks so good and real, and it's all fraud.
It was very much real.
Yeah.
The offers, everything, it just be looking so real.
Mm-hmm. Let you know better.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I'm going to get off this phone. I'm going to let you get some food and stuff. I haven't eaten. I haven't even really gotten up out of this bed. But it's great talking to you. It's going to be a lot better when you have your man around, I know. Because, you know, having him calling you, can't call you and all that stuff. And no loving, no him. It's all bad. We got to get him. You know what I'm saying?
I spent 3 years waking up to this man every day.
Oh, man.
Then they got like them from me. That's just
yeah. That's
it's
what
all good.
They break up our families, and then look. If we were clanned up, whenever somebody gets locked up, the clan would know. But today we don't have no clans. They lock up 20 of us.
No.
Nobody knows.
Well, I've been getting the more that I know personally and I trust here.
Mm-hmm.
I set up with one of them to, if anything happens to me, she knows my personal information. And
let me finish that too. They don't, even if they do know, they don't. They say, well, such and such is in jail. Let's get him out. You got some bail money? No, you got some? All the time. None of this stuff is real. Bail money, the bail system.
Yeah, we're not supposed to pay. They can't take our money. They're not supposed to. I'm not supposed to pay them.
Ain't nothing real, and everybody's been set up to be believing what they see. The game is over though. I'm the only one that can stop them.
I give them a little round of applause. They did a good job.
They did a hell of a job. They're still working it.
Hiding and dumbing us the fuck down. They did a good job.
Good job. And look at the lawyer. How dumb do you think she feels?
It's been years, money, and everything. Probably done sent folks to jail and some more.
Of course. Lights in jail. She said lights in jail. Don't know. She got a court order that the court order she got this lights in jail on is treason. The judge that signed it, the pen is void. You challenge that signature of the judge saying it's made in bad faith. Well, yeah.
I have that in my habeas corpus that I put with his case.
Right. We're not using British stuff. We're not British. You can't use that. You only have the treaty to work with. You give orders. Moors don't take orders. They give orders. Did you know that? Yes.
That's why, but see, when I first talked to you, I was telling you about how I've heard, and I've not just heard, I looked up and their spells and spelling and shit. But like being petitioners and stuff like that, and once you look it up, it's like asking for permission.
Yeah.
And it's like, I don't want to ask you for permission. I don't want to petition nothing. I don't want to, I want to tell you to do this because you need to do this.
Yeah.
But that's why,
go ahead.
I mean, that's why we weren't like doing certain things like petition and motion and stuff like that, because I didn't want to play with their words. I didn't want to put myself back in the jurisdiction using the wrong words.
Well, it's not so much that you have to go in there because they're the only court right now. See? That's what you have to understand. Our court is wherever we stand, but nobody recognizes us. Yeah, wherever we stand, we hold court. Wherever you, like right now, you are more. This is your empire, and you rule here, and whatever you say, it's law. But because they took the law away from your mind, You're not able to know what you say is law. You're waiting for this motion, this petition, to see somebody who stole your mind. And like I told the lawyer today, there is no motion I need to make to go get light. I have a court order here that's self-executing. Go get her, and I want her home today. Huh? And you tell me she can't go to one of her buddies they've been buddying up with and tell them, and look, I got a court order here. This Moore cracked me over the dome today and told me, hey, what we going to do, boss? Because he's here. And he broke me off today, whereas he made me whereas I couldn't even speak. Well, she's having that conversation with somebody today.
She is, whether it's her husband or somebody. She gonna tell him.
Yeah, I'm just saying, yeah. Because she is a little bit upset right about now. Like she said, she's got these bills. And I told her about ACH. I broke her off to knowledge. To saying you could pay off anything you want with that damn coupon at the bottom of your damn bill. It turns into a check if you got ACH. She got ACH.
I'm gonna get into that. Once you send me the recording though, I will listen to everything we said and look up ACH because I forgot what you said it meant, but I know I got it on my phone.
Automated clearing house. It's automatic. This is what the Federal Reserve created to do banking. It is run by the Fed. The banking system. That's who runs it. The ACH. You have to get permission to get into that. And once they give you permission to do ACH, then you can have people that's got bills. You can say, you can pay your bills here. You ever see those companies that say pay your bills here? Bring your stub and your money order. And okay, well they're taking that and cashing that and the stub. and nobody knows because it's not prevalent for the regular people to know about it. It's game beyond game. When you follow the money, you follow criminals. Okay? So yeah, I'm glad you got a chance to listen in on a conversation that most people will never hear, because I kill them. Believe that. They can't mess with me. It's the people that think I'm like them. They think that I'm not all like. It's like people, they judge me. They think I'm. You can't do nothing with that lawyer. And I'm like, damn, who they think they're talking to? Their brain must be tore back. They already defeated. I'm not the one. I'm a master.
What two?
I did.
I said, or the two. I was basically agreeing. You said you're not the one.
Yeah.
Or the two.
Exactly. I got you. Went over my head for a second, but yeah, thank you for the compliment.
You're welcome.
Yeah, well, you're gonna get off this phone. I'm gonna shoot you this info, and I gotta shoot the same info to other people. And I see I gotta refile this info. This girl claims she filed it. Okay. They playing.
They UCC go against that. Their own stuff go against that.
I'm the UCC. I know about presentment and all that. Article 3, all that, 4, no 1, UCC 1, and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm a DC. I'm talking to an okie doker. I'm well versed in law and what's not law. Islam?
Islam.
Peace and love. I'll holler at you.
Alrighty.
All right.